This is something, guys, that I'm just working on real quick. I think it would be neat. Just step aside for a minute. But it's an old train saw. Poland, I think. But not sure who. But I've had this. I bought this new for $2. It was seized many years ago, and with my ex-wife when she was not my ex-wife, but the ex-love of my life. See how that works? And I got it running again. And I used it for years. I took the blade break off of this really nice big blade. The Boy Scouts used it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up and we're going to get running again, guys. I had a little issue with it last time, and we're going to clean it up, and we'll get all the mung off of it. Put it up on the bench tonight. I got to get it running because look what happened to my shed. All right, we'll be back in a bit. And by the way, let's look at this. Look, isn't that clean? Isn't that nice? It's pretty. So I have to get the bolts out of this guy, and that's something else I got to do. Tomorrow I'll probably have to do some yard work, but we'll have to get on that. It's another thing I got to do. All right, I'm going to go do some stuff. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, guys. So I just want to give you an update on the old chainsaw, ye old. And so I cleaned it up pretty good. We washed it all. I washed it all out yesterday, and I'm going to do a couple of things to it. I just popped the top of the carburetor off, and I found a little bit of junk in here, and there's the junk right there. And that was in here. Okay, so that's the screen, as you can see if you follow the pickup tube into here. And that should be the screen that may have caught everything, or maybe it didn't. We don't know how much junk is in there. So what I'm going to do is just kind of pick at that a little bit and blow it with some carb cleaner and a little bit of compressed air. I don't want to take this whole thing apart yet. It did run, did have some issues. We're going to pull the cap off and dump this gas tank out, take the gas tank off maybe, and I don't know, we'll take a look at it. I don't want to get too involved in it. But it's pretty clean. I cleaned the plug. I blew some of my favorite juice into the plug area and around a few other spots. You know, I'll take this up. I just want to see if I can get it running. Okay, let's see if we can just get it running. I'm going to clean up the magneto area, the wire wheel, and make sure that's gapped right, and just kind of kiss it and caress it a little bit without getting too involved. So let me get in here and sort of pick at this area a little bit, just scraping the screen slightly, and see if I can loosen up whatever's in here, and we'll blow some carburetor cleaner in a few spots and call it. Okay, and just call it, and that's it. All right, and I'm going to put the cover back on. And let's see if it runs. You know, it might. Let's see why it won't. Lubricant on everything when you put it back together again. You can use your 2-stroke, because that's what it's for. All right, get lubricant on everything, and put this back together again. And let me go over a couple of things, and we'll see. We'll do a startup, and I'll tell you what I did to it, and we'll see if we can get it running. Right? Don't want to get too involved in it. I'm not looking to overhaul the whole thing. I'm just looking to get it cleaned up. We'll see what we can do. All right. Take a look inside there. Okay, so I replaced the fuel line. Of course, it's this, you know, line that just goes bad. Falls apart. It blew out the filter. It was in good shape. The fuel was pretty good. Okay, we're going to put fresh. This gasket's okay. We're just going to blow that out. I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to put some fuel in it. Alright, let's see what's going on. And then if it runs good, what I'll do is I'm going to put the machine together, wipe it down, blow a little clear on it because the paint's old, but just some good clear enamel, lubricate the switch. I did check this coil and everything. It's all good and clean. I checked it. I readjusted it. Really wasn't out. It was nice and tight. This thing's in good shape. So let's get it together and do a test run on it, and I'll sharpen the blade later. Okay, guys, let's bench test this thing. Let's see if it runs. I slapped it back together. You know, just lubricant and everything. I like to use the two-stroke for a lot of these thin lubricants. It's just nice. Alright, so on this one, alright, we pull the choke, and I may have to do this on the ground. This is very heavy. There's a lock here that locks the throttle, and this is a compression release, so you push it in. It blows out when it's done, but you got to push it in. And let's just see if we can grab it. I know these things are hard. I may have to start it on the ground. That's where they're meant to be started. See that? It's trying to kick. Alright. We don't know if this is going to be enough. It's hard. Yeah, I'm going to have to put this on the ground. With compression release and all that, it gets a little cranky. Let's see. Let's see. It's too much. This is a big motor, so I used to put my foot somewhere in here. So put the choke about halfway. Compression release. Make sure it's switched on. Let's pull a little more choke. Nope. Okay, let's try a blast of fuel in it. It might not, might not work. That carburetor may need to come apart. Get your foot in here. These things are well made. This is Dayton. I don't even think I need to adjust the carburetor. I had to bring down the throttle a lot, but that's just because it probably wasn't running as well. But she's beautiful. I'm going to clean this thing off. I want to put the air filter back on. These are the adjustments over here, so this is fully adjustable. It's loud. It hurts my ears. So I got to stop it. That's the idle adjustment, just for the throttle. But she's working good. I'm going to wipe her down, bring her outside, and put a little clear coat on it. And later on, I'll put the blade on, sharpen the chain, and then I can go to work. But this is some machine. You hear how powerful that thing is? All right, we'll be back in a bit.